Hello and welcome to Dialogue. After months of preparations, the 19th Asian Games is opening this week in Hangzhou, with many new sports events making their official debut. How can traditional sports like karate attract more young people in the face of new modern sports? How are sports evolving in today's digital age? And how popular are some new sports like skateboarding that will appear at the Asian Games? To find out more, earlier I spoke with Antonio Espinós, President of the World Karate Federation, and Sabatino Aracu, President of World Skate. That's our topic. I'm Xu Qinduo. Welcome to Dialogue, Mr. Antonio Espinós. The karate has been a permanent event of the Asian Games since 1994. So what do you expect to see at the Asian Games this year in the karate competition?
Thank you. And for us, the Asian Games for karate and for the World Karate Federation, the Asian Games is a very important event. It's one of the key events of the World Karate Federation, also for the Asian Karate Federation. And without any doubt, we're going to have a very good and excellent performance of our sport in Hangzhou in a couple of weeks from now. I will be there and I will have the pleasure to see by myself.
We are talking about the Hangzhou Asian Games. So I wonder, how popular is the karate competition in Asia as well as in the regions beyond Asia?
Well, karate is very popular in the whole world. It's a universal sport with 200 national federations along the 5 continents. In Asia, we have 45 national federation members. So at the end, karate, you can say without making any mistake that karate is everywhere in the world.
Well, at the 2020 Tokyo karate, debut as an official sport on the Olympic stage, I wonder, how significant is it for the development of the sport? And of course, do you see renewed or growing interest in karate after the games?
No, Tokyo has been helping us a lot to develop and to become a better sport and a better federation. The pity is that the decision for Paris was not including karate, but at the end, we are very happy that we have been in Tokyo and that Tokyo has been helping us for that. And about the popularity of karate in terms of relationship with the Tokyo participation, the popularity of karate has remained unchanged. The only thing is that, as I was saying before, the Tokyo Olympic Games have been helping us as a catalyst to development and progress. And this is what is important. I want to point out something that many times is forgotten, even by the IOC, which is the universality of the sport. The concept of universality is something that, in my opinion, is not being taken into account as much as it should be. And the universality, like the universality of a sport like karate, because our universality is a natural universality. Without the help of the Olympic rings, we are a universal sport, 200 federations in the whole world. Another thing is induced universality thanks to the Olympism. If you're an Olympic sport, it's clear that in many countries, the authorities, the sports authorities and the governments promote the creation of national federations and the presence of sports that are not in some countries or in some geographical areas. But this is not our case. We are a universal federation of 200 federations without the Olympic rings. This is something that has to be taken into account, and in my opinion, IOC should think about.
Well, with a strong boost in the Tokyo Olympics, obviously, it was a surprise when it was announced that the karate would be excluded from the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. So I wonder, like, what are the reasons, for the exclusion? Do you think the exclusion of karate will affect its development, its popularity, around the world?
Well, it's the decision of Paris of, I would say not including karate, but I would say more than this, excluding karate, is something that has not been explained by anybody from the stakeholders like the organizing committee of Paris 2024 or by the IUC. After 4 years, more than 4 years have passed since that decision of not including karate. The only thing I can say, after having thought so much about this decision, because at the end, it's a nonsense that karate is not in Paris. It's the most popular martial art in France. It's one of the top 10 sports between all sports in France. It's a huge federation with a big structure, with a high quality that could have been giving medals to the French sport. Apparently, this has not been taken into account for reasons that have not been explained to us. I'm not thinking about the proposal of the 4 sports that were included for Paris as additional sports. I'm saying why karate is not there. We had in Tokyo a quota of 80 athletes. With 80 athletes is a problem. Can somebody explain me why the decision of excluding karate in Paris was taken? In my opinion, if I want to find a very simple explanation, and at the end, I'm always on the opinion that the most simple explanation is the most likely explanation, or the most likely case to happen, and is that IOC thinks that they have already 2 martial arts in the program, and a 3rd martial art is not interesting for them. But they have to take into account that if there should be 1 martial art in the Olympic program, this should be karate. This is what they forget, but again, it's very difficult from our point of view to change things. We continue working and fighting, and I'm sure that one day me or my successor will achieve permanent success, because karate really deserves to be in the Olympic program.
Okay, with a lack of explanation. So what about, the next Olympic Games in 2028, Los Angeles? What about the chances that karate will be included into that Games? And what efforts need to be done to make this happen?
Well, the process of additional sports for LA is about to be concluded. We were expecting a decision last week from the IOC. IOC was announcing on the 7th of September that the decision would be postponed, maybe until the end of this month. But the process is concluded, and we're waiting for the outcome. We have presented a really compelling case to the LA authorities. And again, the candidature of karate is a very competent one, with a reduced proposal of athletes, and very accessible for being included in the Olympic program. Nevertheless, I have to say that our big opportunity that we lost because of the IOC was Paris. I remember that when the IOC in 2017, in the IOC session of Lima in Peru, decided to allocate the 2024 and 2028 games to Paris and LA. By that time, it was not known who would be 2024 and who would be 2028. And I remember that after that, I think it was 2018 or so, when it was decided that Paris would be 2024, so first, and LA second, 2028, it was very good news for us, because we thought that karate should have been in Paris, not so much in LA, because at the end, one of the top sports in France is karate. I don't know, in America, there are some native sports that probably the LA organizing committee would choose ahead of karate, I don't know. But again, the decision of LA is about to come. We're hopeful, as we are always with a sport like karate. We have to be hopeful for being included in any Olympic program, and we're waiting the outcome that probably will come next week.
Well, let's hope for the best. Well, going up against some modern new sports like esports, like breakdance, how can traditional sports like karate to do something to attract more young people?
Well, we have been progressing a lot and developing a lot, and we have a very attractive sport as the figures that of the media and all the audience that we have been getting for Tokyo have been showing. About what you said before about modern sports, new modern sports, well, and also mentioning esports. About the esports, well, I would like to know if esports is really a sport or not. This is the first thing. And this was a question that the own IOC was asking themselves a few years ago, and I haven't heard the answer yet. But about sports, I don't think that they are modern sports or not modern sports. They are sports that are universal. There are sports that are structured sports like karate, and that have a very good organization and a very defined rules of competition. And this is karate between them. I don't think that we have to compare us with other sports. We have enough merits to be an Olympic sport by far.
By far. If you look at karate here in Asia and in China, for example, it was listed as an event at China's National Games in 2017. And then a series of measures have been taken by the country to promote, basically, to boost the development of karate. So based on your understanding, how do you describe the development of karate in China?
Well, creation of the China Karate Federation or the membership of the Chinese Karate Federation to the World Karate Federation, I think it was taken 15, 16 years ago in 2007. And since then, there's been a huge progress of karate in China. China has had very important and very good athletes, top athletes in karate. And I'm convinced that the potential of karate in China is huge. And one of the reasons that I will be going in a couple of weeks to China will be not only to watch the karate in the Asian Games, but also to entertain conversations with sports authorities and karate authorities in China to see how we can work together for the contribution of progress of karate in China. I'm very hopeful about karate in China, and again, I say that potential of karate in China is huge.
Look into the future. Do you have any suggestions, for the Chinese side to help promote the sport to more regions, probably beyond these big cities, to smaller cities or even in the country, to develop the sports on a larger scale?
Well, karate is developing very fast and very well in China, and I'm very confident of the work that the Chinese sports authorities are doing and can do in China. You're a very well organized country and a very competent country in this sense. And I would say that it's a model, China, between many other countries in sport. And I'm confident that you're doing a very good job and you know that how to do this job. The only thing that I will see now is how the World Karate Federation can contribute, and I will take the suggestions of the Chinese authorities to see how the World Karate Federation can do best to be a catalyst of this development of karate in China. We feel that China is a very important country. Karate in China is very important for the World Karate Federation, and be sure that this will be our concentration in the sport. I had the opportunity in the Asian Karate Championships that took place in the month of July in Melaka, in Malaysia, to meet and to speak and to have fruitful conversations with the new president of the Chinese Karate Association. And I will see him again now in Hangzhou, sorry, and I'm sure that things will progress very well between the collaboration of Asian Karate Federation, Chinese Karate Association, and World Karate Federation.
Well, compared with the countries where karate has a long presence, is there anything China can learn probably to develop and promote the sport of karate?
Well, we are concentrating now, the efforts of the World Karate Federation are concentrated now in making karate accessible and understandable for the TV spectators. TV is the future, and communication media is new elements that the youth, tablets and mobile phones, and how the spectators watch karate, but mainly based on the television. And we're making karate accessible for all TV spectators, so that when they switch on and see karate on the TV, they don't switch off because they don't understand what's going on. And this is something that I'm sure that is a common tool that all the countries, including China, have to be applying. And but I'm sure that this is something that your sports authorities and our Chinese karate leaders know very well. And we will speak now in Hangzhou about this. We are having a very strong campaign in our big events like the World Championships, the Continental Championships, our the K1 events. We call it K1 events, our Premier League. It's the top level of our leagues. And we have TV, live TV in the medal bouts and in the finals, all these activities broadcast to more than 150 countries, and we have agreements with very important TV channels like Fight Sports and etc. And this information, we will exchange information now in Hangzhou with the sports authorities and with the Chinese Karate Association. But I'm sure that we will have a much better understanding with these conversations for the progress of our sport in China.
Well, back to the Asian Games, Antonio, any teams or any individual players you advise our viewers to follow closely or pay attention to?
Well, they're very important national federations in Asia, in karate. I would say China. In China has been some going down 3 years of the pandemic, but I remember that there was always very, very good and top Chinese athletes getting medals in our World Championships in recent times and our K1 events. I'm sure that this is coming back again, and I'm hopeful that we will see some of this coming back in the Asian Games in Hangzhou. But for example, Japan has a very competent teams and very high-level athletes. But also in West Asia, you have Saudi Arabia, you have Iran, you have many countries that are going up, and there will be a very good competition and a very fruitful competition and very attractive for spectators in the Asian Games. But again, level of karate and level of organization of the Asian Karate Federation is going up, and I'm really pleased that the percentage of medals and good results that, for example, the Asian continent is getting in the World Championships is going up and up every time.
Well, Antonio, thank you for speaking with us. Welcome to Dialogue, Mr. Sabatino Aracu. Let's start with this upcoming Asian Games in Hangzhou this month. From the data we have on ticket booking so far, we have seen a lot of enthusiasm for this both roller skating and skateboarding events. Tickets for those matches were already sold out in a quick manner. Are you surprised by their popularity?
Oh, no, I am not surprised. I am not surprised because the popularity of our sport, we are the sport for the young, but many people, also the old, follow us. And so I am not surprised it's sold out for the ticketing in
Yes,
Guangzhou.
it's fully expected. Very confident in that manner. With this Hangzhou Asian Games, the opening of the games is very soon. So I wonder if you have seen the facilities where the games will be held or observed this preparation work of the Hangzhou Asian Games organizing committee. Are you confident that athletes will enjoy the environment to compete?
But I think the organized committee in Guangzhou are very, very, very able to work. And also my people from China, also from my staff, look at everything and told me they are very, very, the organization is the top. We are very confident for the great success for Guangzhou.
Okay, preparation is going on smoothly. Let's go back a little bit. In 2017, the International Skateboarding Federation, or ISF, became part of the World Roller Skating Association after a few years of negotiation. Then the name was changed into World Skate. As the president of World Skate, share with us, how has the new association been operating over the past few years?
No, in the 17, we was the assembly in Nanjing, and so I remember very well when we changed the name, and we include in our federation also the ISF was the private association of the skateboarding, but they are working with us for many years. Is very good, but we changed the name. Not because it was very nice, also because it was the International Roller Sport Federation, because it's the new appeal for the youth people. World skate is very easy to understand. Very, 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 very good style for the youth people.
Mm-hmm. So basically the combination of the bodies helped, promotion of the sports?
Yes, we promote a lot this, but no was very, very, very difficult. We put our effort for arrive to promote the skateboarding, for arrive to the Olympic Games, for have the good result in the world. But also in China, you can see what is strong our appeal now.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of China, of course, one city, you already mentioned the name of the city, Nanjing, stands out in terms of this skateboarding. For example, it was named the capital of roller sports in 2016 by the World former, I would say, Roller Skating Association. So what made Nanjing the capital of roller sports?
I must say again, thank you so much to Nanjing and all China sports, because all China help us, because believe us. I remember in 1915, we start one project with the Nanjing city. We organized the big seminary for the coaches, and 2016 the World Championship for the speed. For arrived to in 2017 the first World Roller Games of the history, and so thank you to Nanjing. We arrived to this great result. After Nanjing, we arrived to 19 in Barcelona, and last year in Argentina to the Buenos Aires. But thank you to Nanjing because allowed us to start. Mm-hmm. Was the first capital of the roller sports.
Mm-hmm. We do see the popularity increasing basically throughout China, in particular in big cities, Beijing, Nanjing, Guangzhou, Shanghai, for example. So tell us, how did it become popular in China, such activities, such as sports, and how do you read the development of roller sports in China, in particular in comparison with other more advanced countries in this field.
But yes, but we are improved in the popularity in the world, not only in China. In China, particularly because China is the national of the youth people, because you are very many young people. But also, the roller skating particularly, not used only the youth people. We look at the many senior people like me, you, use the roller skating for fitness, on the bicycle way, for the no use no go to running or bicycle, but prefer go to roller skating, because it's the good fitness. The roller skating are the shoes of the future for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, roller skating you mentioned, of course. Is there any prediction or any like a discussion about when will roller skating also be included in the Olympic Games?
Yes, we are working. We are speaking with the IOC particularly, and we hope we can arrive for Los Angeles. If you think in Los Angeles, born the inline skates in the past, the end of the 1980 years, the first years of the 90s, and so why not? We can look in the future what roller marathon with the inline skates. This is our dream, and we are sure it will be the great success. And also some discipline of the scootering is now a new generation, because many people use also the scootering or the skateboarding for go to the office. Many one scooter, one skateboarding, one skateboard is one car. No, in the way is good for our climate.
Yes, increasingly integrated into our daily lives. Also, Mr. President, as there are more kinds of entertainment, constantly emerging on electronic devices, do you find that playing sports, even the most popular ones such as football and basketball, is facing a decline in many parts of the world?
But I hope it can be the opportunity for us. We must not have the fear about this, because we have many people, the young people use the computer, the phone, but we can be the opportunity for us to organize the championship, our federation, together on the track, but also the e-sport together.
Yes. Lastly, Mr. Aracu, anything you want to say to the upcoming Hangzhou Asian Games?
No, I want to tell to the Hangzhou, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
I think Hangzhou can be positive for us, can be the great success, because the China is the great important, and Hangzhou now is the city where everybody are looking.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Stronger Hangzhou.
Stronger Hangzhou. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. With that, we come to the end for today's show. Many thanks to our guests. You can also find us on the CGTN app on YouTube. I'm Xu Jinduo. Thanks for being with us. See you next time.